Happy Mystical Monday. I'm being guided to share stories of really tuning into my intuition, to hearing the instructions. And it's more of a pulling. It's like a gentle pulling, like, look over here. Check this out. And then it just pulls you, right? For example, one afternoon I was drawn to read an article. No, it wasn't an article. It was a small book I had found, and it was called Lucky Frog. Now, I had a history, an emotional connection to frogs, and that's another story. But because of that, I was drawn to this little book that said Lucky Frogs. So as I'm reading this book, and it's talking about different beliefs around the world and this and that, and in the book it says like a traditional lucky frog is about a centimeter in size, or an inch. Yeah, an inch, like that. Not very big. So as I finished reading the little book, I was like, I want my lucky frog. What are the chances I could find a lucky frog on a Sunday in my small town? And my intuition said 100%. Like, yep, I'm finding my lucky frog today. And my intuition told me where to go. It told me to go to this one specific antique store in town. There's all sorts of places on the island and every town and all the towns, and there's antique stores everywhere. But it told me which one to go to. And it's quite a big one, a couple thousand square feet, I think, at least 1,500. So there's got to be at least 40 different stalls in there. So, it's like one stall a person rents out and they bring in all of their antiques. And then the next stall. So it's a huge, huge variety and all different kinds of antiques. And, big stuff, little stuff. There's crystal, there's dinnerware, there's, anything you can think of, like antique telephones to antique gas cans, dishes, whatever you can think of. There's probably one in there. Furniture, big stuff, little stuff, toys, everything. And every booth is different. But on that Sunday, I knew that I would be able to go easily in there and find a lucky frog. Because that's what my intuitive guidance was telling me. My logical mind would go, I don't think so. Not happening. Are you crazy? Right? I have to tune out my logical mind and listen to my intuitive guidance. And that's the key. So, put on my raincoat because it happened to be raining, and I headed downtown and went to that store. And as I went in, it's like, okay, go this way. And it's like, it's kind of like playing that game, warmer, colder. You're just kind of like, you go over here, and it's like, nope, not that way. And you lean this way, and like, yeah, this way, this way, this way. And it's like a zigzag. I went through the store, and it's like, here, in this section. And I looked around, and I looked up, and there he was. My lucky frog. And it only took me a few minutes. In a store full of antiques of all sorts. My intuition guided me to the right section, to the right shelf, the right area, right shelf, over here, over here, over here. You just feel, I feel like it's over here. I feel like I need to look over here. I'm drawn to this area for some reason. So from the book to the story to the lucky frog calling me and like, I'm over here, come and get me. So that's just a beautiful, wonderful example of my intuition just guiding me down certain places. And if you believe, you bring about what you think about. And the more things like this happen, of course, the more trust you have, right? Well, since then, I kind of have my eye out for lucky frogs, and, I found me another one. Aren't they the sweetest? So I have like 7 little lucky frogs, and I love my lucky frogs. One's a pin. There's one that's tinier. He's made out of metal. And this one's onyx. So, I mean, are you listening to your intuition? Are you trusting when that inner voice is saying something? Or are you ignoring it? Are you tuning it out completely? Because it's there. We all have it. It is a choice to tune it in or tune it out. At first, you might think you're not doing it right. But as you get more and more examples of like what I just shared with you, it just becomes more and more magical. So I'm going to leave it with just that one story for today. But if you're interested in building up that muscle, turning it up instead of tuning it out, let me know. Maybe you want to be part of the Soul Circle, my Joy Luck Club. Live a more mystical, magical, fun life rather than the eat, work, sleep, repeat, boring, not for me life. What if you're like Harry Potter? What if you're a mystical, magical creature? What if you're a wizard? What if you're a witch? What if you're just a superhuman being? And for your whole life, you've been told you're just a human being. Ooh, that's a big fat lie. It's no thing. Just human? Ooh, no. Human being. Superpowers. The way to open them up, well, you've just been lied to about it. It's like, oh yeah, don't squash your emotions. Don't feel your feelings. Yeah, guess what? Feeling your feelings and knowing your knowings are key to being superhuman. That's why they made sure y'all didn't do that. Interesting. They've got you convinced it's much better to have an ultra sensitive computer than it is to understand and use your own birth-given ultra sensitive machine. This is an ultra sensitive machine. Highly sensitive. Until it gets filled with shit. But once you get the shit out, whoo, you clean her up. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Look what she can do. Look what she can do. Get some high-test fuel into her, and she can do just about anything. Want to figure out your magic? Want to open up your gifts? Are you like Neo in the Matrix? You just know there's more to life than what they've been selling. You know it. and you want to expand your gift. You want to step into your power. You want to be the superhuman being that you came to be. That's why you found me. I'll see you on the inside.